What if the pyramids were never built to keep the dead inside, but to keep something else from getting out? For over 4,500 years, the Great Pyramid of Giza has stood in silence, defying earthquakes, invasions, and time itself. Tourists stare at it. Scientists measure it. Historians argue about it. But in 1931, a discovery was made that never reached the newspapers. Because the man who found it begged the world not to know. Dr. Idris El-Masri was not searching for treasure. He was searching for truth. Unlike the foreign archaeologists obsessed with gold and mummies, Idris wanted answers to a question his grandfather once whispered beneath the Egyptian stars. The pyramids were not tombs. The old man said. They were locks. Locks for what? Young Idris had asked. His grandfather didn't smile. For what fell from the sky? Idris grew up believing it was only a story, until the sand moved. During a routine survey near the base of the Great Pyramid, Idris noticed a strange draft of air escaping from between two ancient stones. It was cold, unnaturally cold, despite the desert heat. There were no records of a passage there, no carvings marking an entrance, but something was beneath it. After days of careful excavation, his team uncovered a narrow shaft sloping deep into the earth. It wasn't part of the original tourist routes. It wasn't on any blueprint. It wasn't meant to be found. They descended with lanterns. The deeper they went, the quieter the world above became. No wind, no distant camel bells, just the sound of their own breathing. And then they reached the chamber. It was small, perfectly symmetrical, and in its center sat a black stone structure unlike anything seen in Egyptian history. No hieroglyphs, no gold, no symbols of Anubis or Ra. Just smooth, dark stone that seemed to absorb light. "Open it," one assistant whispered. The moment his hand touched the surface, the chamber trembled. The walls lit up, not with hieroglyphs, but with images, figures descending from the sky in pillars of fire. Egyptians kneeling, not in worship, but in fear. The pyramids rising, not as monuments, but as barriers. And at the center of every carving was the same shape, a sealed object, trapped underground. The black stone began to hum. Low, alive. The lid shifted, just slightly. From the thin opening escaped a breath colder than death. One assistant collapsed instantly, not injured, just unconscious. Idris stepped closer despite every instinct telling him to run. Inside the narrow crack, something moved. An eye. Massive. Unblinking. Ancient. It wasn't human. It wasn't animal. It was aware. And then, without sound, a voice entered his mind. "You built this prison." His heart nearly stopped. Visions flooded him. Desert skies filled with burning objects. Beings of impossible shape descending upon early civilizations. Chaos, destruction, and then humans uniting to trap them. Not with weapons, but with architecture. The pyramids were not graves. They were seals. Massive geometric locks aligned with the stars to contain something that did not belong on Earth. "You cannot hold us forever," the voice whispered. The ground shook violently. Sand poured from the ceiling. Idris grabbed his lantern and fled, dragging the unconscious assistant behind him. The shaft cracked as they climbed. The desert above looked calm, but beneath it, something stirred. The entrance was sealed the next day. Officially, nothing had been found. Unofficially, Idris never slept peacefully again. Years later, satellite scans revealed unexplained voids still hidden within the Great Pyramid. Scientists call them structural anomalies. Engineers call them construction gaps. But Idris, before his death, wrote a single sentence in his private journal. "When the final chamber opens, the stars will answer." Last year, astronomers recorded a strange pulse of light from a star aligned perfectly with the Great Pyramid's northern shaft. It lasted 3 seconds, then vanished. And deep beneath the sand of Giza, something answered with a tremor. The desert is patient. The stone is strong. But locks were never meant to last forever.